Hello, everyone. Just a quick intro is Will with Greenshades Software. Been an account executive here about 7 years. I'm a local Tennessean now. Been living in Chattanooga for about a year. I know a lot of you on this call are in the Tennessee area. So if you're ever interested in grabbing coffee or lunch, my contact information will certainly be at the end here. What I'm going to be presenting today is the Greenshades platform. For those of you that know us, we've been in the payroll HR space for 20 plus years now. Really in the last 5 years, shifted our focus from being an add-on solution to actually offering a complete end-to-end payroll HR platform. So as you can see, kind of a quick list here, we can really handle everything from onboarding and offboarding, payroll, HR, benefit, tax and compliance, as well as time and labor management. So our solution was designed to help you grow and scale as a business. So we offer an online hosted solution, taking you from an on-premise to a hosted payroll HR system that has a number of integrations and APIs available to connect to whatever systems you'd like us to push and pull data from. Now, we still have our Great Plains add-on business, still going strong, not going anywhere. So we can still help you with payroll tax filings, year-end form submission, filing distribution, some time and labor benefits. So those of you who are current users, we're still offering those solutions. If you're looking to transition out of GP payroll, those are all pieces that are built into our payroll and HR platform. And really the Greenshades difference, we like to point out here, our customer support, we'll compare to anyone out there. We really pride ourselves on that. We really take the compliance headache away from you. So our system is very compliant heavy, whether that's automatic tax code assignment, adjusted tax rates, those tax and filings to the correct agencies, getting your employees time or paid in a timely and accurate manner. Those are really kind of what separates us to some other payroll and HCMs on the market. Now I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of the Greenshades platform. So I'm just going to shift my camera to another screen. Okay, so we should now be looking at the Greenshades online platform. So keyword online, you can access your account, anywhere that you have internet. So you could even run payroll on the beach if you needed to. So here I'm logging into our administrator page. Now we can set up as many administrators as you like, whether they're super admins or limited admin based on specific modules, locations, groups of employees. You can really get the people access to whatever data you need to. We support multiple companies, so each company has their own workspace within our solution. Again, this is the administrator page, so up top would be kind of our navigation bars. Where we really can start off is with onboarding. So within our solution, we have a digital onboarding, so all of your new hires can go into our system. We can collect all their information. That way you're not having to have them sit there, fill out paperwork, and have your admins key in the information. So we can set up workflows designated for each type of employee group, mapping all their default values, as well as all the steps you'd want them to go through, whether that's E-Verify, federal state withholding forms, direct deposit setup, custom documents such as your policies, your handbooks. There's no real limit. I can put as many additional steps as I need to for that employee to complete. Now, as your employees go through onboarding and you approve that then comes in here and creates the employee card. So here's an example of the employee card, employee folder, however you name it. This is where all the individual information will be stored around an employee. There's much larger macro reports you're able to run in our solution, kind of get a picture of whether it's a department or the whole company wide. So here we have a nice picture of our employee. We have all their employment details, which you can quickly edit. We do offer a limited amount of custom fields. So if there's something really unique to your organization that you need to track, update, tag the certain fields, I come in here and create custom fields. Now, as I scroll further down, these are kind of the modules. So we have all their payroll information, it's all their payroll codes, tax parameters. Pay history would be earning statements that you can get for employees, timesheet information, time off, benefit, documents, certifications, as well as evaluations. Now, next, I'm going to log into the employee portal here. So we do have an employee portal. So employees can access their own account here online. We have mobile apps, both Android and Apple, and it's really built to be employee friendly. So mobile browser friendly, I should say. So employees can access it, anywhere through their smartphone, through a tablet, through their desktop, as needed. Now with this, you're able to change the color scheme. You're able to upload a image, a brand, really kind of personalize it, make it feel like your own website. That way your employees know that they're, on your site. So up top would be all the kind of navigation modules we offer. Here in the homepage, we have some things to point out. Ability to create org charts, directories. This is part of our timekeeping solution, which we have multiple ways of capturing time, whether it's here on an employee account or through our mobile app or through our time kiosk. We even have partnerships with timekeeping solutions that have hardware aspects like biometrics, key cards, RFID badges. So this is a really great communication tool. I can send direct messages. I can filter to locations, departments, the whole company. That way communicate messages, to the appropriate contacts. It's also ability to post company bulletins, newsletters. So you really get information out to the employees that you need. Now, some key things I'm going to point out here. Employees being able to get earning statements. So I'm sure some of the payroll team on this call occasionally gets a call from a current employee or an ex-employee needing to show proof of income, consecutive pay stubs. No longer do you have to sit down and get that information, spend time doing that. You can point your employees here to Greenshades Online, where they can get all of their historical earning statements. They can quickly download PDFs, email it to banks or apartment complexes showing that a proof of income. And on the back end, we even have an employment verification tool that you can utilize. So again, not having to spend any time on those tasks, that may eat up into other things. Now here, employees have an HR profile. This is where they can view information that you have on file for them and then request updates. So here, let's say an employee got married over the weekend, they're moving, they're not having to communicate that to a manager, fill out paperwork, send it to you to key in. They come here online and update that information. Everything does go through an approval process, so nothing gets approved without your say-so. And we have a lot of safety checks built in. If an employee didn't enter enough digits on their social or had an address that we see should actually be corrected to another suggested address, a lot of kind of fail-safes to make sure that employees are sending accurate information to you. We do have the ability here for employees to request time off. So within our system, you can create as many PTO codes, whether it's sick, vacation, maybe you're in a state or jurisdiction that has a mandatory sick leave law. You can create those codes each with their own accrual method, assign them to employees. Employees can then go and access the information, their earned time. So here we see an employee that has some PTO, that balances, accruals, year-to-date usage, as well as available balance. Very easy. Employees can come in here, request the time off, and then go through that approval process where managers, admins can look at that request. They can run reports to see overlapping requests within certain date ranges. That way what staff you have available to allow that PTO request, or you can communicate to the employee that they need to adjust it. Back here in pay history, we can post year-end tax forms, so W-2 as well as 1095-C for the Affordable Care Act. And also within our system, we have the 1095-C tracking available. So we can do all the compliance for you, create the forms, post them online, and then from there you can electronically file them to the IRS or any state agency they need to go to. Here would be our document storage. So employees can complete documents, whether it's just a basic electronic signature or you want to create a fillable PDF where employees can choose from a list of choices, update information on the document itself. Those are all supported. So here we have an example of a document. Employees can download it, give it a read over, and put in their electronic signature, that they've verified and read and acknowledged. You can also put in legal language above here. And they also have a document library. So here, as an employee, I can come and I can see every document you've attached to me, whether that was the original offer letter, reference to the holiday schedule, pay schedule. It's really up to you. There's no kind of limitation on what documents you can upload to employees. Now, this module we've had created in the last about 2 years. So any of your organizations out there that are tracking license, training, certifications, you're able to set that up, collect the information from the employee, and then our system will track that, notify the correct parties when those upcoming expirations are happening. I do want to point out we do have an integration with a company called LearnUpon. So if any of you are in the market for a learning management system, we have a direct feed into their system here through this LearnUpon tab, as well as any employee designated as a manager would have an additional management tab where, again, you can give them access to whatever data you want to and make them part of whatever approval workflows you'd like to. And then last here on the employee portal, we have our benefit management. So employees can go through open enrollment, qualifying life events, they can see what they're enrolled in, they can actually see what they're eligible for, and then if some benefits such as a 401k is available to update whenever, they come in here and update that information. Now, all of these correspond back here to the administrator page. So this is kind of our employee management center. So here's where all of those requests for updates happen. You can see here all these nice notification bubbles kind of alerting you that something requires your attention. We'll also send out an email alert to the correct administrators. So even if you're not logged in here, you'll still be notified when something requires your attention. So let's take the case of a profile. So here we have an employee, they've requested something, that type would be an address. So I can see what's currently on file for them versus what they're requesting the change to be. Now, if there are multiple fields here, I can approve or deny each field individually or all at once. I can also write comments on this. On the benefits side, we do all the eligibility tracking. So you're able to set up your eligibility milestones, whether that's 90, 30, 60 days from hiring date. If they're being promoted and offer a new benefit package, our system will alert you when those changes happen. You can quickly open up benefits to employees. Like I said before, we do have the Affordable Care Act tracking and compliance. So this is the ACA dashboard where you're able to report off of. You can see how many employees are eligible. We can show you how they're tracking when you think they'll hit full-time status. Is the healthcare considered affordable under the ACA Act? And then at the end of the year, quickly create those 1095-C tax forms for you. All right. So then let's jump over here to the actual payroll dashboard. So here is where you're coming to process payroll. Like I said, compliance is kind of our cornerstone, what we pride ourselves off of. So we're constantly scanning the system for any errors that may cause an issue downstream. It's not fun to run into unintended error in payroll, so we try to get ahead of those. You can see here with our warnings that require your attention. Here I can see some previous pay runs, and if I need to make an adjustment, whether I overpaid an employee, underpaid them, need to put them into arrears. If an employee is assigned to the wrong location, that's tax implications, you can quickly adjust previous payroll information. Outside of your normal scheduled pay runs, I can run a special payroll anytime, whether that's a termination check, an off-cycle bonus or commission, maybe even a payroll advancement to an employee. These are pretty cool tools. I like to point out we have a what if and a gross up calculator. So through these tools, I can essentially run mock scenarios. If an employee ever had a question of, hey, I'm moving to another state, how does it affect taxes? Or I want to add a dependent, how that will affect my deductions. Well, I can actually pull up that employee, all the variables, change what I need to, and create a report to show that employee their estimated new net pay. Same thing in the gross up side. If I want to have a predetermined net wage for an employee, I can pull up them, change the variables to create that predetermined net wage. Now here I'm coming to actually run payroll. So when I click run payroll, it brings up all of my upcoming pay runs. So with our solution, you can be running payroll at all times. So it's really a real-time payroll processing. You can process payroll every day. You can get a head start if you just want to work with the data you have on hand. I can start a pay run and save my progress at any time. So we'll just give a second here to load all of the Payroll Wizard steps. I think Manny had mentioned if there are any questions, you go ahead and type them out. I'll try and get to them here at the end, or we'll follow up with you. Okay, so here's our Payroll Wizard. It's very simple. You're just following these steps here, and we're handling all the back-end calculations compliance. So step one shows all the employees I've assigned to this particular pay run. I can search the master system and bring employees into this pay run if needed. We do have the ability to push information out to an Excel. So if any of you like viewing data in Excel format, certainly available to you. Step two would be our hours and earnings. So I did mention we have a timekeeping solution. So we do have the ability to collect time for your employees, and as you approve, that time flows here into payroll. We do plug and play with a number of timekeeping solutions out in the marketplace, whether that's through an automated API, or we do have the ability through flat files. So we have the ability to bring in hours, earnings, or combine hours and earnings through a simple spreadsheet. So here it would show the employees, each with, they have multiple different types of earnings lined out. We do have the ability to track earnings, employer contributions to clients, projects. You can really create custom tags. That way you can report off these custom tags. So think kind of project accounting, job costing. That is something we support. This would be any deductions. So if you're utilizing our benefit piece, all of the elections automatically create a deduction on the employee card, you feed up here. But again, if you have a benefit solution you're currently utilizing and you're happy with, we can bring that information through that API or through flat files. Step four would just be the other side of things, employee benefit contributions. Step five, we have arrears. So in those situations where you've done a payroll advancement or an employee doesn't have enough earnings to cover a deduction and you want to cover it for them, we can automate that and track it for you. So, first we'll notate when those situations arise. And then second here, it kind of shows you that arrears repayment being taken from the employee. And that can be automated through rules, try to recoup the full amount if possible, or break it down on, consecutive or percentages on consecutive pay runs. We really streamline that for you. And then this would be sort of the pre-cash register. So here's where we're calculating everything. So up top, I can kind of see a totals breakdown. And then down below, I can actually see an earnings statement. So here I can pull up an employee earnings statement. So I can see all of the information, earnings, deductions, time off, as well as how much they actually accrued this pay period, as well as all the taxes. So when it comes to taxes, we do automatic tax code assignment based on where employee works, where they live. We know the correct taxes withheld, reciprocity between states. We have all of the accurate tax rates within our solution. So we're taking that tax guesswork off of your hand. I do have the ability to download some reports here. So I can see a company totals and employee breakdown in one report. I can preview my general ledger. Multiple admins can access a payroll all at the same time. If that's something you like, there's multiple levels of approval. Multiple people can be in this pay run. Now, once I get here, I can go back and import new information, approve timesheets, bring in new information. That way, again, you're not waiting for everything kind of on the front end to be done. You can really start the pay run with information you have on hand. And as I come back here, I'll recalculate everything. Or if you like to take a lunch break, or you're being proactive and getting ahead of the day, I can save and exit. Now, once I'm looking to complete this pay run, then it moves me on to the post payroll checklist, where it just takes a second here to load all the next steps and reports. Okay, so here is the post payroll checklist. So as soon as I hit that submit button, what it does, the most important thing, paying your employees, right? So there's no deadline in our solution since we're not touching the funds. It's still an in-house payroll solution. We will automatically create the ACH for direct deposit employees. For any employees that need a live check, you have the ability to print out the checks here. Alternatively, Greenshades does offer a print and mail service. So if you'd like us to box and ship them to locations or send it to the employee home address, we certainly can. And And if there are any child support garnishments, we can create an ACH file that you can upload to the state disbursement unit. This would be our benefit induction total report, which you can align with what your vendors are charging you. Here we calculate the tax liabilities. And through our payroll tax service, you can actually make remittance on all those liabilities, as well as electronically file all your returns. So from this simple, easy dashboard, I can pay everything and I can file everything. It's really just a review and submit. It does come with a dedicated tax rep here at Greenshades. So you'll get a tax account manager who will help you out with the compliance questions, can speak to agencies on your behalf. If you have a business opportunity in a new territory you never worked in, we can, provide the steps, help you set up that new tax account and get it loaded here in Greenshades. So everything's happening with the dashboard. You're not having to upload payments to EFTPS or upload returns to state or federal agencies. It's all being handled through this dashboard. Here's where we create the general ledger file. So we do have a number of integrations out there. Microsoft Great Plains, Business Central, Sage Intacct, a few others. So we can submit this information through those integrations. We can also create a standard GL file, or I should say a customized GL file. So we can create an export that you can download and import into whatever ERP you're utilizing. Here we show some garnishment information, as well as I can download everything in one large zip file at once. So that would be the kind of complete start to finish payroll process. As you can see, if there's not a lot of adjustments you need to make, it can be done in a matter of minutes. Since we are the true source of record, all of your reporting is done through here. So we have numerous great reports already created for you that you're not having to create yourself. They can be further customized, so we do have a customized report section. So we have a full payroll section here. I could scroll for a while on. As I get further down, HR reporting, then our time and attendance and our benefit information. We also give the ability to export your data. It is your data. We want you to own it. So if there's a report, not available in our front end UI, well, one, we're always taking feature requests, but two, we can get you the data so you can do further custom reporting. And we do have an integration with Microsoft Power BI, so we can send the data there to any custom dashboards you may have created. Appreciate everyone's time and hope you all have a great day.
Yeah, we'll give everybody back a minute. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Yep.